My name is Victor Phaeron, and I am a vampire. I have been for a while now, but I made it known to those closest to me about 7 years ago. It's an interesting thing being a vampire, because to most people you just look like everybody else, but despite that, there are those that can tell, and some of them actively seek out and chase vampires or suddenly desire you after finding out. But of course there are also those that want to hunt you down, and those that can only see you as a monster or perceive you as the person that was lost in the process of your transformation. It's always tricky coming out as a vampire, because when you're stealth, so stealth in fact that you even hide from other vampires, that when you do come out, there's a perception that you're immediately a monster, or that you're no longer human, that you're just an object or a threat. A threat as an individual, that you're a salacious predator looking for victims to feed on or lure in and turn, but existing as a vampire being a threat to society, because of the aforementioned perception. Vampires are seen as monsters, running rampant, preying on people and indoctrinating the youth to transform them, when we're less than a single percentage of the population. Anyone can become a vampire, or could be a vampire, and even you might be a vampire yourself watching this. There's just little things that sort of tip it off. Mirrors don't really reflect who you really are, not feeling or being welcomed into certain spaces, even if you are just like everybody else. And if you are a vampire, the fear of walking out into the sun and wondering if the light will reveal what you really are. And then there's me, now, today, having been for a while now a male vampire, but not quite being recognised as a man. I look younger than my years, the way in which I speak, the very sound of my voice, my posture and my mannerisms, and what supposedly gives away most vampires, being the eyes. Supposedly. That one always makes me laugh. Yet, still, I managed to hide my vampirism pretty darn well, so well that even other vampires haven't believed me until I've shown my teeth. I struggle to blend in with humans. I find it difficult to navigate this modern human world and find my place. Men are interesting, being amongst them, as they perceive me as one of them, and in some of the human social situations end up revealing how much more monstrous they are than I, a supposed vampire. And women, of course, regardless of my vampirism, eye me cautiously upon first meeting, and understandably so, having interacted with not just human men, but even some other vampire men. But of course, there's the guilt that comes with being a vampire, relating to the fact that someone had to die, in my case, for me to become a vampire, a teenage girl with so much potential. I mourn her when I'm with her and my family. I can't help but compare myself to her and her accomplishments and who she could have been. But it's Pride Month, and I am the one here now. It would be dishonouring her memory and disrespectful to everything she went through for me to be here in this moment, to not live each and every one of my moments here fully. I am a vampire because of her, and to not be proud of it and to hide it away would be a disservice to her and every vampire around the world that's been murdered and those that die each day. The rise in hunts for vampires has resulted in consequences, not only resulting in more violence against vampires, but even has taken on human casualties. So, to do right by them, and more so by myself, I'm coming out. I am Victor Phaeron, and I am a vampire. Happy Pride. Good night.